This is your winning video for Fan Requested Friday. You guys voted on this one, selected it, and voted for it. A lot of other interesting ones there. Dexter the Blade Jackson, I would really like to see that one. I think that would prove a lot in terms of Dexter the Blade Jackson's improvements that he made after his Olympia win. But anyway, this is the one that won. Get it up to 500 likes. I know with you guys and your ability to hit thumbs ups, you guys can do that no problem. So 500 likes, I will do the remaining requests, but this one is interesting for so many reasons. These two dudes will be competing at the Arnold Classic in March. Not that far away, guys. Not that far away. So exciting. Gonna be a rematch from the Olympia, of course. They placed second and third, respectively. But man, oh man, let us, without further ado, start the comparison, the front double bicep pose. This is going to be different than the Olympia because, dare I say, Samson Dauda is greatly improved. Now, I'm not going to do this with all of the shots, but here is a quick comparison at the Olympia. Hadi actually facing forward, and you can see an imbalance in the arms, perhaps in the legs as well. Something he may have to deal with. But this is the comparison at hand. And yes, Samson, he is drier. His midsection looks better. His arms actually look a little bit better too. I detected maybe a slight imbalance in his arms as well. Most bodybuilders, any normal human, their arms are usually a little bit different. But having said that, Hadi is a very imposing figure. Not as tall, not nearly as tall as Samson. But my soul, look at the lat width, look at the V-taper. Like I said, an imposing figure. The limbs, Samson, he is going to be a beast in that aspect. So in the front double, my ultimate response is it's close. And a little bit more dryness for Samson. He's going to have Hadi's number. Here's the front lat spread. And a shot that would go to Samson Dauda, I would presume, given the fact that he does look a little bit more peeled. Here at the Prague Pro, 2023 Prague Pro, after the Olympia, of course. He competed a couple of times. This is the second time he competed after the Olympia. And poised are they to compete at the Arnold's Classics. Hadi Choopan, he tasted that victory just the once. He only won once in the last 4 or 5 years, whatever it would be. And now he can't wait to taste victory, but Samson Dauda will defeat him in this shot. But, this is a good shot for Hads. Turn to the side here. Hadi Choopan, imposing figure. And he is. He is very thick, very thickly developed from the side. Samson looks good. He looks very aesthetically pleasing. Lower half, probably even give a point to the great big Brit. Unless you don't award points to the winner. That's how I do it. Give them a point if they're placing. Give them 2 points if they're placing second. 1 point if they're placing first. Lowest number wins. But anyway, Samson Dauda, he has shown a lot of improvements as of late. Dryness. Here's a side tricep. From the side, it's a little bit debatable, guys. I don't know.
Well, that's my Marge Simpson. Can you believe I can do Marge Simpson?
I can do Homer, too. But anyway. Never mind. Yes, Samson, he's good in the limbs. Wheels included. Arm better than Hadi. In this shot anyway. In this instance. But the midsection looks a little full. Looks like he's been eaten. Shouldn't be eaten. I guess you gotta eat to get full. To get huge. But Hadi seems to pull it off with the midsection. Things of that nature. But it's very topsy-turvy. Hey, how come Samson's lower half there, his calves look different than his upper half? I think somebody was slipping in a different picture in the background for sizing purposes, baby please. Proper. Here's the back shot, and here's where Samson will be in trouble. Now, granted, his rear lat spread, I don't know if he was opening up. You got to open up a little bit more. He has the meat. He showed it at the Olympia. His back was improved. But I just don't think he was opening up. Because if this is the display that he brings at the Arnold's Classics, Billy, he is going to lose to Hadi Choopan. Hadi is very dominant in this pose in particular. Look at the condition of the guy. My soul, my kingdom for a nose. Huh, that's the last thing I need is more nose. I have a honker, ladies and gentlemen. Peeled hamstrings for sure. That could get Samson an edge if his back was bigger. Rear double bi. This one's closer. This one's closer for sure for Samson Dauda. And he doesn't really need to beat Hadi Choopan in both back shots. He just needs to get closer to the condition of Hadi Choopan. If he is closer in the condition, if he was as conditioned, he could afford to lose one, maybe even both of the back shots as long as he's not getting, looking watery. If you look watery, that's it. They don't even care if you're winning the shot. They're just going to give you a loss. And that's obvious. That's only fair, ladies and gentlemen. But what I see with Samson Dauda is a much improved, conditioned package with a much improved back development too. But Hadi Choopan, this is a rear double bi from heck. I'm telling you what, I cleaned up my language there. Here's the abs and thigh, and this is what gets to me and probably a lot of the other fans. Samson, man, oh man, he has all the size in the world. All the size in the world. Why not get a little bit more shredded, little bit more peeled to the diced? Because it does not look the case in the midsection. Hoo-ah! No, he can go to the side, and I definitely think he is doing better in this one. But what with the speculations on the side triceps, baby please, the Manion pose position, they need them to stand right to the side. Maybe they should have to hold both arms up overhead for the abs and thigh, and that would render this pose here useless for Samson. But it looks good. Unfortunately for him, Hadi's looks great. Most muscular to finish this one off. And this is the exact same thing that I was talking about with the abs and thigh, for goodness sakes. Samson, big as a house, little bit thick in the midsection. And it's not his fault. He's listening to whoever's telling him to, probably Milo Serchev. I love you, Milo. You're awesome, man. But you didn't have to worry about that. Your abs were peeled. And Samson, and the funny thing is here, they had Kareth Bajo on Dennis James' podcast there with Milos. And Milos was making fun of Kareth, saying, oh, you eat like a bikini athlete, he was saying. But I think Milos, maybe, and Kareth is not even flexing here. There we go. Look at that midsection. Peeled. And he brings in the size. And he was making fun of how he was eating. I think you guys should take Kareth's advice. Maybe start eating like what you guys said a bikini athlete. Hey, if a bikini athlete can look like that, then I don't know what's going on in the world. But my point is, guys, maybe Samson didn't need that extra little helping of rice. Maybe just a little bit will be just enough. Because if his midsection was as peeled as Hadi, obviously he's nailing it as far as that's concerned. Yeah, you could give this one to Samson, but I cannot in good conscience. I cannot. It's a midsection game when everything else is, not created equal. You look at the pecs, the delts, the arms of Samson, even the wheels. He could ultimately get Hadi in this someday, but not using these two versions. So unless there's going to be a big difference between the two, between Samson here at the Prague, which he looks good, and the Arnold, then yeah, Hadi Choopan is going to win the title and he's going to go to the Olympia. Both of them are anyway. But it's going to be great, guys. It's going to be great. Samson Dauda, huge fan. Hadi Choopan, fan of his too, but the guy already won the big one. Of course, Samson, he won the Arnold's Classics Come On, Get to the Chopper last year, so he won the second to big one. Be nice to see Samson get an Olympia too. Definitely would be nice. Hit thumbs up on the video. Remember, 500 likes. I will do the rest of the requests.
Oh, come on! Subscribe to my channel, please, if you have not already. And if you would like to, check out my latest video as well. And there is a playlist if you want to really help me out. You could watch a bunch of videos as well. Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, come on, Billy!